life into something that you can never own.
Hello, Scorpios. So here is your weekly reading for the upcoming week. Now take what works. What doesn't work, doesn't work. So here we go. Let's take a look at what energies are coming for you guys. Let's take a look. Okay, one card for my Scorpios, please. One card for my Scorpios. One card for my Scorpios. One card for my Scorpios, please. Okay, another card for my Scorpios, please. And one more card for my Scorpios, please. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I got these ones here. And then let me see, I need a reversal for my Scorpios. One reversed for my Scorpios. One reversed, Queen of Swords reversed. And then, what is recommended for my Scorpios? What is recommended? Okay, look at this, guys. Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, guys, so here we have it. Let's take a look. So you have the Hierophant in your recent past position. Your current position, you have the Knight of Wands. In your near future position, you have the Eight of Cups. What you need to kind of overcome, what obstacle or what you need to overcome is the Queen of Swords reverse. And what the universe, God, whoever you answer to, what they're recommending, your spirit guides, what they're recommending is the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Hierophant is all about society, it's about structure, it's about formal education in a sense. It's all about like the structures that kind of make up society in a whole. So you might have, this could be about maybe you were in school and you're, maybe you just finished school or something, or this could be about your job, some type of structure, whatever it relates to you. There's some type of structure. It could even be like a family structure, but something is some kind of structure thing. Sorry, the dog is chewing on something. I'm making sure he's chewing on the appropriate things. So, okay, here I'm getting my mind back. I've lost my focus for a second there. I hear chewing and I get panicked. So anyway, okay, so the Knight of Wands here. The Knight of Wands is all about fast movement forward. Like you have an idea or a dream or something, you're chasing something and you're kind of like going to it, like you're doing it. You're moving on to something that you're kind of excited to. Maybe you're going a little faster at it, but you're definitely moving forward. You're making quick progress. But the Eight of Cups it's about leaving something behind, but it could be leaving things that don't work for you behind, or it could be like you're chasing a dream. So, but the Queen of Swords in reverse, she's all about, she's a little bit like insensitive. She could be a little bit vindictive. She can be a liar, and she could also be a little manipulative. So I wonder if there's some of that kind of in your space right now. And I'm wondering if you are moving beyond what let's say if this is family or whatever, let's say you have a dream or you want to do something that's not quite within the norm of your life, in a sense, like your family structure. We all have like different structures within our family, and what's normal for our family may or may not be normal for other families, or each family, you know what I'm talking about, like each family has its own kind of like dynamic. And so maybe within your dynamic or your work field or whatever, there's certain expectations, there's certain things that you're supposed to want to do, and there's certain ways maybe that are laid out to have you achieve that. But maybe you've had this idea that you want to do something a little different, and I'm wondering if you kind of had this idea that you want to move in a little bit of a different way about something, and you're super excited, you're moving towards that, you have a different type of dream, and you're kind of like you're leaving things. To me, this could be like maybe you're leaving kind of the old way of doing things behind, or you're chasing a dream. And sometimes our dreams are not quite within what has been done necessarily 100% before. Like we have dreams because they might be something different, they might be new or something. So it's like you might be wanting to try something different that maybe is not quite the way you're supposed to go about things, what you're told to do in a sense. And I wonder if this Queen of Swords is, if you're experiencing some people around you are being a little bit, not very nice to you about it. So, because I don't think this is you. I don't think this is what you're doing to other people. I don't think that you're being vindictive or kind of manipulative. I just wonder if this is some type of outside energy, and I wonder if it's coming from this Hierophant energy here with the structure, the way things have always been done, and maybe people are not quite agreeing with what you want to do or agreeing with the way you want to go about stuff. But to me, the answer lies. This is a card about collaboration. All these people, they have each skills. They have each independent skills, and together, collectively, they're able to create this stone art or whatever you want to call this. So I'm thinking that this is saying to you that you might need to find others who want to do what you're doing, or if it's like a new field or whatever it is, you might have to find other people that share the same interests or the commonalities as you, and there you'll find kind of happiness in a sense. So, and you'll be able to further your dreams and move forward better by collaborating or sharing ideas with other people, like-minded people, I should say. So I kind of feel that, because I don't think that you're this queen. I don't think this is you specifically. I don't think you're being a negative Nancy to anybody. I just have a feeling that sometimes when we have an idea and we're moving forward, we're moving on from something, and I really get that feeling here that you're kind of moving, you're going against the grain a little bit, Scorpios. You're being a little rebel. You rebel, you. So I feel like you might be getting a little bit of a backlash, a smidge, because maybe you're trying something a little different and it's making somebody around you a little uncomfortable. And that's on them. That's not you. You got to do you. You got to be happy. Life is too short not to be happy. So you guys got to find your happiness, you know? So I think you will be finding your happiness. I think like you're moving forward. And sometimes even this movement, it doesn't even have to be like anything crazy, but sometimes like when you're so used to doing certain things a certain kind of way, and then all of a sudden you wake up one day and you're like, you know what, this isn't working for me. I'm going to do things differently. And it could even be subtle, but sometimes people are very nitpicky and they almost like want you to live life the way they live life. So this for some of you could be that you, for instance, we're going to take it this way. For instance, you were on, let's just take some food or something. We're going to just take something easy. How I mean is like, let's say you ate a certain kind of way. Then one day you're like, you know what? I think I'm going to change my diet up. I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to start incorporating X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to switch things up. Some people, that's going to bother some people, even though it's very silly, but to them, you're not eating the way that you're supposed to eating. You're eating a different kind of way. And that's what I mean. Like sometimes it's something silly you could be changing, but somebody has something to say about it. Sometimes people are a little bit like that. So, but that's not you, it's on them. That's their problem. And you just have to recognize that that's just their problem. They got to figure that their own stuff out in their own lives. But so yeah, so I think that's kind of a little bit what's going on here for you. I hope some of that made sense. But let's continue with the oracles. One card for my Scorpios, please. One card for my Scorpios. Okay. I choose to take a higher perspective and widen my views. I really feel like this is you kind of, I don't want to say taking the high road, but kind of getting beyond the little negative Nancy over here, the little like, you know, chatty Cathy who's trying to control you and tell you everything that you're supposed to be doing. And I think that you are actually, to me, this is saying you're widening your views. You're going to be kind of discussing, collaborating, meeting different kinds of people, different kind of thought processes or whatever. And you're going to be kind of, I think you're going to be enjoying that. I think that's always a good thing. I think it's always good to kind of meet different types of people. But this could be that you just need to kind of find a different crew, you know? What do they call it? Soul tribe? You might need to just kind of like, this even could be like the Hierophant, even for some of you, could represent, let's say, a friend group. Let's say you've been friends with these people forever. Yeah, forever and ever. And maybe you're starting to kind of have this like, I don't want to say epiphany, but you're starting to see things in a different way. Maybe you're, in a sense, changing your perspectives. You're getting a little bit more fluid, or you're a little bit more willing to think differently, or you're just, it's starting to happen for you. So I wonder if this is you kind of deciding that you're moving in a different direction, and maybe you want to meet or make more friends, of a different type of friends, or kind of like broaden your horizons with that. And that's you leaving in a sense, but then your old friend group maybe is having something to say about it, or being manipulative or sneaky because they don't want you to be finding your happiness or your inner peace or whatever. So, but I think this is good. I definitely think it's going to wind up being okay. But, you know, sometimes there's always bumps in the road. Whenever we do something different, there's like always some shenanigans that are attributed with it. So let me continue. Let's see what else we got for you guys. Okay, one card for my Scorpios, please. Okay, so you got Suge Knight. Detox your life. Oh my God, guys, yeah. Yeah, I definitely think you guys have some negative Nancy's running around here. Some some chatty Cathy's trying to tell you what to do. So yeah, you got to detox your life. And maybe that's part of you moving away and moving in a different direction, is that you realize that this Hierophant, maybe this aspect of your life kind of got a little bit toxic and you're no longer happy with it, and you're realizing that you need to do something better for yourself, and that's you trying to find that, and that's, you just have to move forward with that. And I think that's wonderful. Okay, let's continue. One card for my Scorpios. Okay, you guys got a couple cards, so let's take a look. No. Oh, you got Ask for Help, Innocence, Discernment, and Acceptance. Oh my God, so Ask for Help. I really feel like that's really going with this collaboration card here, because these people, each of them have key information, and they know things differently than each other. Like, they have a different perspective, they have a different understanding of this task, or different skill sets than each other. So asking for help may help you kind of move forward more effectively with whatever you're moving in the direction that you're going into. Innocence, I always think innocence, sometimes it's like kind of like a childlike view. Sometimes you have to be curious. I feel like for innocence, to me, this is like, maybe if you're starting something new, you have to have that like childlike innocence, that curiosity, that not being worried to ask the stupid questions. Because sometimes, like, you know, when we're older, if we do something different, like we're starting something new, we feel like we should know this stuff already, even though if we've never done it before, it's almost like you don't want to ask stupid questions, because like in your mind, you're like, you're older, you should know this stuff, but it's totally new to you. But you got to take that childlike perspective sometimes, and don't be scared. Kids aren't scared to ask stupid questions. They do it all the time. And they do it with pride. You got to get that. Ask those stupid questions and be proud. So you have to, you might have to come to with like a certain kind of naivety or innocence, or that fearlessness in a sense. Because innocence to me also could be like, they're not really afraid because they're so innocent. They don't know bad yet, right? So it's kind of that, like, boiling it down to that kind of like curiosity, that like not really being afraid of something. So you might have to just kind of take that feeling going forward, and don't be afraid to explore this new path that you're going on. Discernment, I definitely feel that's going with this Queen of Swords and this sneaky business, this sneaky stuff going on here. I feel like you might have to sometimes see the situation for what it is, and kind of even discern, like, are some of these people worth keeping in your life? Is it worth you actually getting into an argument with this person that's being manipulative? Like, what is it? Like, and it also could be you having to see, you cut through the BS, like you seeing the BS for what it is and choosing, am I going to call it out, or am I going to just let it go and just like move forward, you know? So you just need to maybe, I think the discernment really is coming with this Queen of Swords, with whatever manipulative sneakiness is happening. You might just have to discern, is this a battle that you want to fight, or do you just want to let it go and move on with your life or whatever? And acceptance, I think acceptance is that whatever you're moving away from with the Eight of Cups, whatever you're not, and I feel like you're moving away from something that has always been the way it's always been for you, in a sense, however that means for you. I think sometimes you just need to accept that whatever this was might not have been exactly the way that it might not have been what you wanted, in a sense. So I think sometimes when you accept that, and you accept that you can do things a different way, it's okay. We're all different, you know? I think sometimes it makes it a little easier to move on your path forward when you can just kind of let something go and just accept, you know what, it wasn't quite right for me, and that's okay, you know? And sometimes you just have to do that. Like, I went back to school. I'm always going to school for something. It's ridiculous, but it takes me forever to finish anything. But I went back for something else, and I'm trying to finish it up. But I always thought I was going to go into a certain kind of field, like more corporate America type of thing, and it never quite worked out. But I thought, okay, well, maybe like eventually if I finish this one degree, maybe I could get. And then over the last couple years, I totally had this like epiphany that like I am never going to fit into corporate America. I don't even know what the hell I was thinking trying to get into corporate America. Like, it's not going to make me happy. Like, I'm just not going to be happy. And it was almost like I had to almost like mourn that loss in a sense of like me thinking the way my life should be, and accept that that's not really going to ever make me happy. And then like kind of like accept that like I got to figure out what's going to make me happy. Life is too short not to be happy. So it's sometimes it's like you have to let go of things that you thought, like, to me, the structure, societal structure, and what you're supposed to want and do was what, for so long, I thought that's what I was supposed to do and what I was supposed to want. And when I realized, like, no, I don't, this sucks, man, that shit sucks. I don't want to do that crap. Like, when I realized that, it was a hard pill to swallow at first. And it sounds so ridiculous, but at first I was like, oh my God, I don't want to go into corporate America anymore. It was so stupid, but for me, it was something that was like ingrained in me that this was what I should want and the way it's supposed to be. And then as soon as like I had that veil lifted and I realized, no, this is really never going to work for you anyway. Like, it's never going to work. You're too old at this point anyway. Like, it didn't work up to this point. Why the hell do you think it's going to start working now? And it really sucks. When you look at it, like, it kind of sucks. I realized, like, man. So then I had to accept that, and then I kind of like went into a whole different direction or whatever, but I'm much happier now. Like, I'm way happier now than I was. So this could, for some of you, you could be realizing that something that you've always thought was the way to go, and for you, because it was the way everything is allegedly supposed to be done, is really not going to work for you, and you just have to go on your new path. And I remember kind of mentioning to like my mom, I was like, Mom, I love you guys, but like, I don't want to go into corporate America. Like, I don't know. I said to her, like, I can't continue to try to do something that's really not going to be for me anyway. And that was like kind of a tough conversation for me to have with her, but I think she understood, and everything's fine. Sometimes you just gotta like kind of like, you gotta figure it out. You know, what's good for someone else may not be good for you. Sometimes you just gotta like boil it down and just, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay, Scorpio. So where am I at? Let me continue on with this. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's get Romance Angel. Here we go. And you know what? Let's get one more for you guys. One more card for my Scorpios, please. One more card for my Scorpios. Okay, you got. Okay, so here we go. Oh my God, you got, I have 2 of these decks put together. So you got 2, keep an open mind. You got 2 of these. So this is like really a message for you guys to like, you got to keep an open mind here. So keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Now this could be discussing like a soulmate, a relationship partner, or this could be discussing like a career path. Like sometimes I can take these like a larger scale. So it could be discussing like a career path or a friendship group, or something may differ than your usual type and expectations. So I really feel like this is really hitting it on the nail, like just really hitting it home that you're moving from something that you were supposed to want, supposed to do, the way you're supposed to live your life in a certain kind of or career, whatever this is for you, family, whatever it is for you, and you're kind of moving on a little bit into a different direction. And I think this is saying keep an open mind, don't doubt yourself, like it's going to be fine, like you're on the right path. I feel like that's really saying that. And then attraction, you attract romantic love by enjoying the moment fully. And I feel like this could be a relationship, obviously, or this could also be saying that you are going to bring, I think this is like the law of attraction. Like when you enjoy your life and enjoy your moment or enjoy yourself or just kind of are happy, like you attract those that have that kind of same like energy wavelength to you. So you just have to be happy, Scorpios. Life is too damn short. Let me tell you, it is too short not to be happy. You got to find your happiness, and you need to go after your happiness. And once you find your happiness and you're in that place, you're going to attract other people that kind of match your frequency. So just be happy, Scorpios. Just be your little happy selves. Okay, and let's see what else we got for you guys. Okay, I need 1 card for my Scorpios. Okay, you got a bunch of these, but these are like, these are positive quotes, so we're going to take all of them because you cannot go wrong with a positive quote. You are born an original, don't die a copy. See, this is even saying you got to be yourself, Scorpios. got to be yourself. Sometimes it takes a good fall to really know where you stand. And sometimes that is like, sometimes you have to like have things really not work out. Like my corporate America dream, like really didn't work out. It never worked out for years. Like it was like, I kept trying. I'm like, why don't they like me? But like I would suck at the interviews. I would get so nervous. Then I wouldn't want to say too much. I didn't want to say too little. And it was always a disaster. Like I could never figure out, why is this not working for me? And I realized at the end, it wasn't working because it was never supposed to work. That was never my path to begin with. So now that I'm more open to like, just, I let go and I'm like, wherever I wind up is where I wind up. So we're going to see where it goes. But sometimes when things really don't work out for you, it's not you. It's like, it just may not have been the right thing. And if you actually continued on that path, you might not have been happy. So I think sometimes it's like the universe, spirit guides, whoever you want to believe in, saying like, listen, I know you want to do this, but it's really not the best for you. It's like your parents. It's like your mom being like, no, that's not the best for you. But they kind of know maybe what's better for you a little bit more because they're like on an upper level or whatever. So they're trying to steer you into the right path for you. So I got to stay positive. I'm like a positive person. So, but I feel like sometimes when things don't work out, obviously there's a reason, and then you can kind of grow from that and you realize more. Okay, stop wearing your wishbone where your backbone ought to be. And I think this is saying like you need to go after what you want in life, you know? So if you're going against the grain, if you're not happy, and if you're trying to go forward and move in a different direction to find your happiness or your dream, whatever this is represents for you, you need to go do that. And sometimes you need to like have that backbone to get that done. So I think this is definitely saying, because this to me is a card of action as well. So in the Knight of Wands, he's pursuing his dream. He's pursuing something that he wants. So I think you need to just continue on, keep it on, continue on, keep continuing on in a sense. If a tree is bent, every goat will jump on it. And this is saying, like with the Queen of Swords here in reverse, she's like kind of the little negative Nancy. She's like the lies, the manipulation. She's like me. So don't be a bent tree. Like you got to straighten yourself up, because if you show, I don't want to be like, if you show weakness, they're going to come after you. No, but like if you are constantly bending to somebody else's will, you're always going to be doing something else somebody else wants you to do, and you're never going to do what you damn well want to do yourself. So you need to stand up tall and be, listen, this is the way I'm doing this, negative Nancy and chatty Kathy. I don't care what you guys say, but I got to go in this direction because it's the best for me. So some of you might need to be like, don't let the goats jump all over you. You need to like straighten yourself up. Okay. Every storm runs out of the rain eventually. And this to me is saying that like you might be having this moment where you feel like people are mad at you or something's not working out, but eventually it's gonna, your luck is gonna change. Like if this negative Nancy, chatty Kathy, all these people over here are kind of saying whatever they're saying, like eventually they're they're not gonna be able to say it anymore because they've already said it, and they're gonna have to be on something new. They're gonna be tormenting someone else. So you just gotta like weather that storm. Okay, and then we have, it's okay to have your eggs in one basket as long as you control what happens to that basket. And I really feel like this is saying, don't let this negative Nancy over here, chatty Kathy, whoever this is for you, don't let all this negativity have control of your own basket. Like you are the master of your own destiny. So you need to make sure you know where those eggs are. Those eggs of happiness, Scorpios. Those are your eggs of happiness. So, and in order to make sure and like love those eggs, because those eggs represent your dreams, they represent your goals, they represent your happiness, they represent everything that you hold dear, near and dear to your soul. And you need to control that basket to make sure those eggs are well taken care of. Now, let's see. When you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot in it and hang on. So I feel like this is saying that even if you're kind of going through it a little bit, like you might not be sure exactly where this new path is taking you, you just got to hang on. You're going to be okay. Eventually, you're going to have the ground under your feet again, and you're going to be moving right on through. So, okay, so let's take a look. And think of a question for the Magic 8 Ball Scorpios. We'll get to that in a second. Okay. Let's see what we get for you guys today. Okay. So first up, you have Gemini, you have Taurus, oh, I screwed that up. Then you have Uranus, and this one is about independence and eccentricity. So I definitely think that some of you are kind of going on an independent route, and it might be a little eccentric considering, you know, to some people's standards. But that's excellent. And then Mars here, and Mars is all about energy and being like innovative. He's like kind of like that driven, that drive, that like kind of like I'm getting it done, that kind of like passion, you know? Oh, and then you have 2 11s. So for your houses, you have 2 11s, which is originality, humanitarianism, connections, and creative ideas. So this 1111 is super important for you guys. And considering that it's like the house, the 11th house, and that has to do with like originality, which is also a little bit more of independence. I think whatever you're doing, you just got to keep on keeping on with the way that you're doing it. Okay, so let's see what dinner and a movie the universe recommends for you, Scorpios. With dinner and a movie for my Scorpios. You have comedy, I can't speak today, I'm sorry guys. You have comedy and American food. So comedy, movies, and American food. And let's get you little stones and some, okay. Oh, how did this little guy get in here? Hold on. Well, you know what? There was this U was in the little bag with the stones, so I grabbed it, so it's coming for you as well. So, okay. So you have dream and peace. And I think, like, to me, this is saying that you need to chase your dreams, and I think this will actually bring you some inner peace. Like, if you've been going through it a little bit, with a little bit of stress or whatever, I feel like you're eventually going to find your peace by like finding your new connections or whatever you guys are doing. Okay, so let's see what else you got. So you have U, R, D, C, F, Y, W, Q, P, N, J, and then you have the numbers 3 and 7. So there you guys go. I don't know if you could see any of that. Okay, screwed that up. Okay, Scorpios. Now think of your question. We're going to ask the magic 8 ball. Here we go. Oh, mystical magical 8 ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Scorpio's question? It says, very doubtful. There you go, Scorpios. The 8 ball has spoken. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.